Congress is looking at all different sources of revenue, and there are some very serious concerns that they could increase taxes on associations. Really everything is at risk: programmatic revenue, membership, all non-charitable contributions really are at risk of taxation. So this would be unprecedented. It would change the way associations in the tax-exempt sector are treated. So ASA is launching a coalition shortly. We just did a pop-up session yesterday that was at capacity.
And we just wanted to follow up a little bit to find out more. You were talking about this challenge with tax reform that we're facing in 2025. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act was passed in 2017, and there are $4 trillion of tax cuts that are going to expire next year. So we know we're setting the stage for a huge fight, regardless of who wins the White House, the House and Senate, but we don't know yet who's going to be running the show, the tax writing committees. We do know that there is a huge threat to associations, to our business model. Taxation of virtually all non-charitable revenue is on the table. So programmatic revenue, membership dues, things that are unheard of. So it's the biggest threat that we think we've seen in at least 50 years on tax policy. So we are getting ready to do a lot of education on the Hill and tell our story and explain why it's so critical for associations.
And when you say you're getting ready to do this, I mean, this is something that is imminent. It's like, right, like we're going into the latter part of the year, an election year. There's a really great question that came out from the press conference that had to do with, does it matter who wins? Will that impact what kind of issues we're facing and the challenge that we're facing?
So regardless of what happens in the election, there are concerns on both sides of the aisle for this issue. It's coming from some think tanks in the community that are suggesting taxation of all associations. So it would really change the way that the tax code treats exempt organizations.
Yeah. So and the timeline for rolling things out. People are in the association industry. You need to start really paying attention to the emails that are going out, because this timeline is, I mean, you must be just working on this nonstop.
Well, so we were prepared for tax reform and getting ready, and we were just really informed recently how serious the threat is. So we've doubled our efforts. Wow. But this is a very recent threat. We did an emergency session yesterday, so we will have more information on launching the coalition soon.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. This is Kiki closing out at ASA Annual's press conference to say, please pay attention to our Association Chat magazine for more information about this very important topic. We're going to cover this, and we're going to give you all the updates in the time to come.